Renar's podcast.
Tell me that story about how you decided you're going to pursue the film industry and your dad said you're going to fail. And then when you got, was that award or whatever, and then you like, in his face.
Yeah. So when I quit my job 2012 for the pharmaceutical thing, went back to Paris and I met my parents and I told them I wanted to work in the film industry. My dad asked me if I wanted to work in production or marketing based on my master, right? I said, no, I want to become a stuntman. And he got, like, I don't even know how to express it. He was extremely unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Basically tell me, get out. And like, go if you want to do your stuff, get out. My mom was very nice. She was like, we gave you everything we could. Sorry, we've helped with your studies and everything, but this is your life.
Yeah. And that was you, age of 30, right?
Yes, exactly. And it was like, she was like, okay, just be smart. Use your skills that you learn from business school in whatever things you're going to do. But leave now because he's really mad and you can't stay. So I'm taking the bus to London with my little luggage and I meet Laurent. And Laurent tells me, oh, we're going to become stunts. And I meet him and I stay with him in his tiny room. I slept on the ground for 3 months, like illegally. Yes, I can say it. So I slept on my back protector. I didn't have enough money to buy a mattress, and it was so small. And one of the people who live downstairs, like, was thinking, this guy is not like, is he living here now? And they asked me in the kitchen, by the way, are you living here? Yeah. I mean, no, I'm just stay here for a few weeks, and I was there for like 2 months.
Wow.
They told the council. And they were like, you can't stay there anymore. And I was like, okay. And I left. And what I wanted to say is that when I met Laurent, and he was like, okay, we're going to become stuntman. I was like, okay, where do we start? No, we have to train for the stunt register. And now, oh my God, what is this? You have to train for 3 years or something like this. Be good.
3 years sleep on the floor.
Exactly. Be good in certain disciplines. And then we're going to get some work. And I was like, what if we don't do this? And then we have to start as extras because we know no one.
Wow.
I was like, all right. Then the adventure starts, right? And I started as an extra. I got very lucky. In a few weeks, I had my first stunt job. Thanks to Joey Ansa. You should have him on your podcast. You would love it. So basically, I'm training in the gym, and he comes to me and he goes, are you free for the next 2 months to work in, I think it was in Bulgaria, something like this?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie called Street Fighter. I need a stunt double for my actor. And I got the job like very quick. I didn't hear anything for like a week or something. I was, it's not happening. And then next day I was flying to over there for like 2 months. My first job, stunt double. Anyway, I struggle, still doing extra job. I'm doing some SPACT job, right?
Specs, for those who don't know, it's called special actors. Like, they have a little bit of action.
Yeah, it's basically extras with some action, but
Some
not
kind of-
crazy action.
Yeah.
Then I meet Vincent Wang on a 24 on a TV show. I owe him my career. I owe him what I am today.
Shout
thanks to
out. This
him.
is the second time we're shouting out Winston Wang, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because when I was... who I had, was it, I think, Jesse was in, we were talking about Winston.
Right.
Yeah, he's lovely guy.
Lovely.
And actually, I worked with him recently, and I was making everyone laugh, and Winston come over to me, and he's like,
Stop
you're
this.
so funny.
Oh,
You're
yeah?
so funny. I wish you would be just as good a stunt performer.
No, Vincent is
He's super nice
so
guy.
nice, man. He was he was very nice to just like keep me around. Basically, when he had a job, he needed assistant. I was just here, and without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. And then I keep on working. I did Doctor Strange thanks to him, so I was assisting him and Jojo, the fight co at the time. And after Doctor Strange, one jailbreak happens. So that's what I meant by those 3 years in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then my father, in between, still every time I talk to him on the phone, he's so mad at me. I don't want to talk to him on the phone because he's gonna put me down. I didn't tell him I was an extra because else he would just go, that's it, you're a failure. He did say I was a failure. You know, he was like, you would never make it. Asian people in arts, are you serious? You're not Bruce Lee. You don't have his talent. You don't have his look. He has charisma. You don't. You're fat. You're this, that. And I was like, right, I get it. No, Asian parents, right? Hey, Asian parents. Never believed, right? And then when I did Jailbreak, when I did it, my father was like, oh my God, you're doing a movie in Cambodia? It won't be good. Anyway, movie comes out. It's doing pretty well in the country. I think it was the third best, even today, like best in terms of box office.
Like revenue.
Yes,
the
in
income, yeah.
history. And it's the first proper martial art movie in the history, like the the country. You know, like it's big for us. And my father, like, saw how big it was at the time. My face were in the streets, in the posters, on trucks and stuff like that. And then my father fly to Cambodia for the release. And he sees my face everywhere. My mom told me he was speechless. My mom was like, she was so happy. She was like, yeah, there we go. You know, like, and my father didn't believe it. So he wasn't talking so much. My mom was like, son, remember you keep saying he's good failure. Look, he went back to our country, make a film. It's going to be released in our country. And you will watch the release. How do you feel about it? And my dad doesn't say much. Watch the movie, really likes it, bring his friend. I think he watched it 4 times or something like this. And people take pictures with him. I have a picture, I can send it to you. When he's standing next to, okay, someone who liked the film, call that a fan. I don't like the term of fan, but there was a girl who was like, is that the father of the actor? And they took pictures with him. And you see my father's face with my big head in the back like this, like just taking picture.
You send me that photo.
Yeah, I
I'll
sent
put
it
it
to and then and talk to him on the phone. He was like, so, how does it feel? He was like, wow, you know you made a film for Cambodia. And I said, it's also on Netflix soon. He didn't understand anything what was happening. It was too much for him. And then I was like, okay, I did that for you. Before I left, you know, when I went back and forth, obviously, during the 3 years. And I said, one day we'll have a movie on Netflix. And my dad was like, yeah, you dream. Keep dreaming. You know, like in the small vignettes, when you see your face like this, you know, one day you see my face here. And I said, in 3 or 4 years, I actually called it. And he was like, my brother was like, you're just crazy. Can you stop doing this stuff? It's crazy, you know, like, yeah. And then it happened exactly in the time frame I said. And I said, what did I say? And my father never said he was wrong. Asian parents, right?
Yeah.
But my mom said he didn't talk for many days.
Yeah.
And then now my father is calling me and said, where's your next film? He's asking for it, you know, like, and that's why it was good for him. Because my father, as I told you before, was also an actor.
Yeah, you told me, but you
yeah.
haven't mentioned that on the podcast. Yeah.
So this seems a little too crazy. It seems completely fake and wrong. I didn't believe it myself. I was like, okay, now it's just an amount of bullshit. And my father just making stuff up. And basically my father comes back and he says, you know, I was an actor when I was young. I was like, okay, you waited 30 years to tell me that now. So it's a little far-fetched now. It's a little crazy, right? I look at my mom and say, come on. My mom was like, no, listen to him.
That's so cool.
And my father said, I did a movie called Hapkido in Cambodia before the war happens, and I was the lead actor, and I was like, okay, sure. Then I went back to Cambodia, and he was like, meet these people, they're still alive, and they would tell you we did the movie. I went there with one of the Bokatao guy, the lead actor of Jailbreak, and these people confirmed, yeah, he was an actor in that film. I was like, I still don't believe it, and I'm like, well, that's too much. Because they didn't talk to each other, they just recognized, yeah, that was him, and he was the brother of this, and it made sense.
Were you able to get the movie?
No. Because, you know, like the war, they just burned everything that was related with education or filmmaking or culture.
Any posters? Nothing.
Nothing. I'm still asking some people to find it, but I think it's completely gone. And they confirmed, yeah, he was an actor in that film. And my father flew to Cambodia when I did a movie called The Prey, and I met them with him. And they're crying. They hug each other, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
And I said, is that...
Whether they're really good actors?
Yeah.
With all the crying?
But the reason why it was so weird is when they talk about their common friends, it was so lively. They were like, oh, remember these guys? The 2 Korean teachers, they did Hapkido. Yeah, you trained with. Remember that movie? And I was like, so you were a lead actor in a Cambodian film? And he was like, I was the first one. I was like, wait. Let's see. So today... I can't confirm it with fact, you know, like I can only confirm with people who tell me that. I don't see any interest for them to lie, but again, you need fact, right?
Yeah.
But if it's real, it's amazing. And my uncle told me the same. My uncles, they were like, yeah, fathers.
So they're all on it.
Yeah, they either all lie, but because come on, you tell me that 30 years later, it feels a little. It's too much, you know.
No, but I mean, like I get it. So he had that nasty taste of not getting, not continuing that career, because he probably had all these dreams, you know, they got all crash and burn, and so he suffered from that, and he did not want you to have the same thing. So that's a fatherly, you know, the defense mechanism or whatever, like to protect their offsprings, and unfortunately, you know, that's what especially old school parents do.
Yeah.
You know, they think they're trying to protect you, but at the same time they can damage you and do all these things. And, you know, my mom was always supportive. Like, she's like, do whatever you feel like doing. My dad, on contrary, he was just like, you know, you're not gonna succeed. You're not gonna do that. Just stay home, play safe, basically, right? But no, that's your story, mad. It's really mad, and I wish there would be a way to find that video or that.
But
movie.
we're not done yet. We asked people over there, some producers, to find something.
Yeah.
We might not find anything. But
How many? So 30 years ago, and did he tell you what kind of character he played?
Oh,
What
he
was
said
it?
I was the lead actor, and I forgot exactly. I don't want to say something wrong,
Yeah.
but the movie was so happy, though. He was the lead actor, and he told me how he trained, how he shot the thing. He was obviously shooting in films,
Yeah.
like it was amazing at the time. Yeah, and my uncles were like, yeah, he was an actor, but he didn't make a big deal out of it. Especially at that time, maybe it was a hobby or something like this. Because my father told me I was very handsome when I was your age. That's why I was an actor, not like you. I was like, all right, fair
Nothing.
enough.
What happened with you?
and then he's making films, and the war happened, and obviously, like when my father came to France, I wasn't born yet. Like my father told me later, said, you will never understand what it is to come to a country you have absolutely zero. We are all close from the Red Cross, like the NGO. And when I was a kid, I talk about 5 or something, he was teaching us martial arts, like in the garden.
Yeah.
And then he became serious with the karate after my brother got bullied. But he said we were too young to learn martial arts, but he was teaching us martial arts and stuff. And the reason I did Hapkido is because he did mention, I'm just talking about the fact he didn't say to us he was acting, but he always mentioned since I was a kid that he was doing Hapkido. And I didn't put the link. Oh, he made a movie too.
Yeah.
I thought he was just competing with me. I was like, no, come on, it can't be that petty. Come on, but actually he did it. If he did it,
That's sick.
but yeah, that's the story of. And I have to carry on. Today is the opposite. He's calling me every 2 days. Any other films? Speed dating. That's it. I need the feature film. I'm like, oh my god, like.
Would you consider to get your dad on your movie?
I would love to. That's one of my goal. I want to put them both, like at least as a passing by or something.
Do you guys have any resemblance, or do you guys look similar?
Yeah.
It'd be sick actually that he would play your dad in the movie.
That'd be fucking amazing. No, but I definitely put him in whatever I'm doing.
Blah, blah, blah. Renarspodcast.